Good. Yeah. I just want to, before we start anything else, is just introduce all of you to our audience who's listening in. So we'll start with Suma. Suma started climbing in the 80s and 90s, if I'm not mistaken, where there were very few climbers in India and even fewer women, and even fewer women in Bangalore climbing. And she's really been an inspiration to me. And I remember, I've always say this, that Suma saw this glass ceiling of what it was to climb as a woman in Bangalore and completely shattered it. And it's really nice to have this conversation. And for people who don't know you, to get to know a little bit of your story. So thanks for coming in here. I know you were a little reluctant, but I'm so happy that you're here. Then we have Vinod, who is, he is one of the strongest rope climbers or sport climbers in Bangalore. Along with that, he is a BMX rider and BMX, not BMX, dirt bike, what is it called? I'm so mountain bike. MTB, and he's a route developer as well. And he is basically the architect of this plan. He's climbed a lot of pinnacles in Maharashtra. He's developed a lot of routes in Bangalore as well. And he created this whole adventure. So thanks, Vinod, for being here. Then we have Gautam, who is the silent member of this group, but today we're going to make him talk a little bit. We have a segment called Gautam Speaks, and hopefully he'll speak a little more than he usually does. Along with being a climber, Gautam is also in academia. He is a PhD, so we should refer to him as Dr. Gautam. I didn't know this till I read your brief that you're actually a doctor. So I'll be calling you Doc from now on. Yeah. And finally, Akash, who is the young gun of our group. During ROM, last year I called him the dictator of the group. He was commanding his troops to climb as many routes as possible, and they came back exhausted. Gautam, you were a part of his group, right? Yeah. Along with that,
all credit goes to my team.
Sure. Yeah. Along with that, he's also really into calisthenics. You can see that by his posts. If you just go to his Instagram, everywhere, whenever he summits any peak or does any climb, he goes up and does a handstand at the top. And he also has a world record for the fastest ascent of Savandurga, which is Asia's largest monolith. So really, it's awesome to interview you and all of you all, and I'm excited. And now that the introductions are done and I can speak a little less, I think I'll shift it to you guys. And I just want to give our audience a little, information or just understanding of when you guys started climbing and when you started climbing and what it means to you today. How has it changed over the last 8 years? Maybe Suma, you can start for us.
You're muted, Suma.
Okay.
Suma, you're muted.
Sorry. So you asked how was it before and how is it now? Was that the question?
No, I just asked when did you start climbing and what is your experience today? How has it changed today for you? Considering now you also have your daughter Maya and you've had to focus on a lot of other things. So has that changed, or is it still actively a passion that you're pursuing? Because I know you have so many things going on, right? You're cycling, you're swimming, you're trail running. So there's so many things in your life.
Yeah. So started in the late 80s. I did not climb for about 12 years in between. That was after Maya. And then it was her who got me back to climbing because she wanted to go climbing. The main difference that I see from then to now, the rocks are the same, people are the same in the sense, the kind of vibe we get, but the traffic is not.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's one major change that I do see. Of course, we have lost a lot of climbing areas, which is also part of the Bangalore growing and people coming in. So, I think.
Yeah. What about you, Vinod? When did you start climbing and how do you feel now about your experience as a climber?
I started in Maharashtra, like back in 2017-18. Actually, I started as a trekker earlier, and I used to go with treks with my few friends who used to organize treks, like technical treks, like rappelling and all. I learned rope skills there, and then eventually I started climbing with them. And like it's been around 8-9 years now. I've been climbing around in various parts of India. Initially, when I started, more of like I used to climb pinnacles, few cracks in Maharashtra. But now, as I moved to Bangalore, now a lot of learning new things. Like I introduced to trad climbing. Now I'm doing trad climbing, and also I'm more focused on developing routes around Bangalore now. Yeah. Apart from this, I also do like MTB downhill biking, which is kind of opposite to rock climbing. So wherein like rock climbing more about its calmness, focused, um, all this. But when it comes to downhill mountain biking, it's more of speed, more of balance, and it like both these MTB and climbing, it keeps me always grounded and also like always learning new things, solving some problems. Uh, yeah, that's more about this climbing and MTB with me.
Yeah, I think you also forgot to add the best part about this journey was that you met your wife on a trek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I used to organize treks, we met in trek, and eventually became friends and dated for a few years and married now. And she's been kind of a supporting pillar for me because she always pushed me. She supported me in all these activities. Yeah.
That's awesome. And I think that's Akash's goal, finding
Yeah.
That's definitely is. With all your blessings, okay? With all of your blessings.
my complete blessing. Yeah. Akash, you can also now tell us about your experience as a climber. I know you started with extreme hiking, but maybe share your journey.
Yeah. I used to do this thing called free solo before I got to know that it is called free solo. So I have done this free solo of Cloud9 route. Probably you guys might have heard about the Soundaka, right? So I just used to go there and then find the rock and then just go all by myself. Until in 2019, I found two people who were just hanging around the route in Badami, and it was happened to be Sohan and Guju at that time.
Nice.
So then I got an inspiration that, okay, I have to climb one day. And then I worked my way through. And in 2023 August, I think I have texted Sohan like 10 times by that time to come and visit Magdi, because I was so surprised to see some couple of routes in Magdi. And then finally he came and this year happened to me. And then there is no going back.
Nice.
I started in 2023 August, by the way. Yeah. And yeah, that's been my climbing journey so far. And as you all know, that I do also practice calisthenics. I love handstands. The longest I can hold is 1 minute till now. So I'm pushing for 2 minutes or 3 minutes. But yeah, it's going pretty good.
I hope you can teach all of us a little bit as well. Yeah.
Yes, of course, definitely. Why not? And in between, the Savandrika record happened, so I'm just grateful for everything, whatever I have right now.
Nice. It's awesome. Yeah. And Gautam, last but not least, please tell us about your journey with climbing.
Yeah, so I guess mine is a more traditional journey for people from Bangalore. So I started with BCI, my intro workshop, almost exactly 3 years ago. And then I got completely hooked, and pretty much every workshop or group climb that BCI had or Nikhil and Amrit had, I'd attend. So yeah, I think I've attended every rock climbing workshop since.
He's a workshop pro.
Yeah.
And indoors also. So I used to climb indoors too. I got hooked to that as well. And yeah, that's pretty much the journey.
And I think the journey of Gautam, he's not talking about his real journey that he actually takes every weekend to get to the crag. Gautam, can you give everyone a little snippet into that? What is a journey for you? If you're not coming in my car, the rare times you do. Yeah.
Yeah, so I live in North Bangalore near Hebbal, and the crags I frequent are in South Bangalore. So yeah, usually it's a metro ride, sometimes a cab ride, and one of these guys will pick me up, either Vinod or Nihal. But if they're not allowed around, then I either take a train if I'm going down to Ramnagara, or I take a bus to Yadmadu. So, yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
So Gautam, all you're doing is what we used to do in the 80s and the 90s.
Right, exactly.
Exactly.
So I am very happy to see that, people can still think of doing it that way. Keep it up.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And it's a smart way to beat the traffic as well, the metro and train. So good job.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. It's very
Yeah.
fun.
Okay. So great. Thanks for the introduction. And I think we'll just get started. I wanted to ask Vinod, when did you start thinking about doing this adventure in Sayadris? When did you think about, climbing Duke Snows? What was that process?
So basically, when I moved to Bangalore, the MTV scene is not really great in Bangalore. So I was desperate to do MTV stuff. And for me, in Mumbai, it's home ground for me. Like we have built a lot of trails around there. And my best buddy stays in Mumbai. So I always wanted to visit there. So that's where it got like I wanted to go there and do some MTV stuff along with the climbing because I used to climb pinnacles regularly there. I was missing out that year a lot of slab climbing in Bangalore and also some trad climbing, but those pinnacles I feel different there always. So I wanted to go back.
What's the feeling? What's the feeling and why is it different? I've never climbed a pinnacle, so I have no idea what the experience is like. Yeah.
So where I climbed in Bangalore, it's a lot of slant slabs. There it's purely vertical overhangs and a lot of vertical exposure, and also the quality of the rock is a bit different than here. So here it's more of granite. In Badami it's sandstone, but in Maharashtra it's basalt rock. So there it's kind of different in terms of friction, in terms of holding, in terms of gripping. All this it's pretty different than the granite, and there are some loose rocks as well compared to granite.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah,
a
I've heard horror
major
stories about
difference.
this.
Yeah. Lot of slopers you'll find, lot of jugs you'll find. It's kind of different, and also when we climb pinnacles it's more of vertical, and it feels like standalone pillar when you stay. So that's the reason one of the I like more climbing pinnacles, and I've been climbing quite oftenly there. So that's how this plan is built. And when I came Bangalore, when I used to speak with all these climbers like Suma, Akash, Gautam, so on, anyone, I used to tell about pinnacles, and they were insisting me like I'll do some pinnacles around. So I was insisting, let's go, we'll plan it. So that's how this plan became, and we started planning to go do some pinnacles in Maharashtra along with whenever like we planned complete week so that we'll do pinnacles and also we'll do some MTV stuff whenever we get time. That's how this plan started.
Yeah, I think Suma, you also shared with me this really nice story about how you can. Yeah, please go ahead. Yeah.
So the first time I ever met Vinod was, I think, early 2025. This was just after ROM, and Galikalu was developed around that time for the ROM, and I had not been there. And there is a route which is named after me because I was supposed to be part of the developing, but I could not make it for whatever different reason. So Akash and I planned to go Chai with Suma.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Okay.
So Akash and I had planned to go to Galikalu, and Sohan mentioned that Vinod and his friend were also going, and that was the first time we met. And when we started chatting, he was talking about all climbs in Maharashtra, and Akash and like, yeah, we have to go, and whatever. Since then it was there. Of course, the two of them were constantly planning. It didn't happen till I went.
Nice. Made it happen.
But yeah, so it happened whenever. It was lovely. Yeah, welcome.
Yeah, I think it's really, nice that you remembered after 1 year and, Suma.
It was really nice of him to remember that he had that conversation with me and
Yeah.
made sure that I was part of that. Thank you, Vinod.
Anytime, Suma. When I discussed with very few climbers about this Maharashtra climb, so and whenever I have discussions, I always remember that if they wanted to climb, if really they wanted to climb in Maharashtra and where I've been climbing for more oftenly, I always remember if I'm going, I'll intimate those guys if they are interested to come and join, they can do. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I'm also interested. So the next plan,
Yeah.
hand is up. Yeah. Okay. So I have another question again back to you, Vinod. Is what does it take? Oh, sorry, to Akash, but I think Akash isn't here with us. So I'll leave it up to you, Vinod. What exactly do you need? Okay, Akash is back. Hi, Akash. Yeah, I just what is the planning or logistics around something like this? Maybe we can start with what gear you have to carry, rope, quick draw, strat gear, just general logistics, or how, and also how you went to, because I think that's also an interesting story. Yeah.
Who's supposed to talk?
Akash.
Yeah, sorry, I
Akash?
just missed out for a moment. You guys can hear me, right?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I think, when we met Vinod and when we were discussing about the stuff that, okay, we have to go to Mumbai and explore Sahyadri, because I have never been into Sahyadri. So the more places I have covered only inside Karnataka. So I was just thinking, okay, let's go, because I know that Vinod has been in Pune for more than 10 years now. And what could be a better person? Who can be a better person than guiding with all the steps with Vinod? And then initially when we planned it for January actually. So the January first week, 31st I was on leave. Till 31st I was on leave. So then we planned, okay, we will extend it till January 5th, but for some other reason we couldn't do it. And then we thought, okay, let's do it at least in March. And then all of a sudden one day Vinod calls me and says, okay, Akash, let's go on February first week of it. I was like, okay, why not? And then it all happened like a smooth buttery stuff. And then we planned it within a week, I believe. Within a week, we planned. And on Friday, I don't know when the Friday came, I just hopped into a bus and then I went to Vinod's place. And it was 3:30 a.m. in the morning. We left Bangalore and it was like a wonderful ride. And also we decided to drive back to Mumbai. Initial plan was to go in bus and then rent a bike or rent a car there. But again, we decided, okay, we need a car to commute there inside Mumbai, go to the track, one track to the other track.
Yeah.
But later, okay, we decided, okay, let's drive, and then we drove till Mumbai. And I would say, man, like that was one of the hell of an experience for me, at least. I've never driven so far, and driving with Vinod, nobody can expect. I mean, Suma can expect better because she has experience like that. But yeah, it was a wonderful experience for me as well.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
tune
and,
out. So it's okay.
Wait, but I want to know why. Why is it a hell of an experience?
He drives.
You sit with him and then you will know.
Yeah, you sit with him, then you will get to know, okay, why I'm talking about like
Oh
this
my
kind
God.
of stuff. Yeah. And he cruises at
Just ruin my day, please.
150. And I can't even think of sitting next to him, and I was like always aware, okay, slow down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think he has a lot of experience. I remember
Yes,
telling me
yes,
that you've driven
definitely
from
he has a lot of
Bangalore. Yeah, Bangalore to the north, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bangalore to Leh and back.
Yeah, he's just a driving pro.
Yeah, I just like driving. I always, I always prefer to take long drives. If I'm planning to Mumbai, I would prefer to go in car rather, because need to carry all the gas, a lot of things.
Yeah.
It makes our life easy.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. And also to commute between the crags because one crag is so far from the other. So it always makes sense to have your
So
own vehicle with that.
basically, when we commute from Mumbai to any cracks,
Mhm.
we need to have vehicle there. That is one of the major reason.
Yeah. Okay, so
That's true even here. So
except for Gautam. Gautam
Yeah.
disagrees.
that's what when Akash said we need a car, we can't do without. I wanted to say, please just check your neighbor, your partner.
Yeah.
So it's not a must, but
Yeah.
it helps.
Yeah.
It makes life easy.
Yeah. Of course, yeah. Okay, so now what clients did you get on? We saw snippets on Akash's story, the ones who follow
Yes.
Akash. Couple of
Yeah.
clients you as a group got on. First, I think Vinod and Akash, because you came, if I'm not
Yes.
mistaken, a couple of days early and got on a few
Yes,
pinnacles.
we went a week. We went for a week actually. So we went on February 7th, and then it was on Friday, and then Saturday, and on Sunday entire day we spent in a local crag because I wanted to feel the nature of the rock, how Sayadri is, and how the look and feel of the rock. And so Vinod took me to one of their crag. And I just need to mention one good thing about it. Like they have a place in Mumbai, like Vinod and their friends. Basically, they have this place called they call it as a den where people come on weekends. It's a nice community. Okay, so they are a bunch of friends who have figured out a way to come together to spend some time, climb together, and do some MTB stuff. And they do have developed a crag called Den Crag. And then we initially Sunday went on the Den Crag, did some couple of routes. I think we did some 4 to 5 routes on that day. And then we were preparing for basically the plan was to prepare for Dukes. And before that Dukes plan, we did a Den crack. And after a day or two on Tuesday, me and Vinod decided, okay, let's go and do some pinnacles as well, apart from Dukes, before Dukes basically. And Vinod has earlierly pre-selected that, okay, we will go to Telbaila. And Telbaila has some amazing climb and amazing exposure. And that's totally worth it because I would say for me, going around Bangalore and climbing in Ramnagara and going to the Maharashtra Sahyadri and looking at the rock for the first time, it's totally amazing. So I have a video of me actually explaining, saying, okay, this is how it went. Maybe if somebody can play it. Yeah, this is the photo of it actually. So this is how the pinnacle looks from the, I think, north side of it. Yeah. No, not this one. This
What
is
is
a
the
views
what is the
actually.
name of the pinnacle?
This pinnacle name called Telbaila. The
Okay.
fort is Telbaila, and the one which you are seeing in the screen right now, this is a wall one basically. So this is the
Okay,
wall
wall
one
one.
that we this is the wall one, and this is what we decided, and we climbed on the first day. So before going here, we see this place is particularly, I think it's in Kuruvande village, if I'm not wrong. Vinod, just correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, Kuruvande, right? Or not
It's
Kuruvande?
in Tailbela. The village
Telbaila.
called Tailbela. Yeah.
Yeah, the village name is Telbaila. So it is a bit far from the place where we stayed. We were staying outskirts of Mumbai, and this is
Yeah.
particularly 130 kilometers away from Mumbai, or the place that we stayed.
Almost.
Yeah. So what we did
Almost
it,
2.5
we
years.
2.5 to 3 years of drive basically, and then we decided, okay, we'll go on the previous night, and we camped there because there is a temple right there in the foothills of the Telbaila. And we camped there, and then early morning we woke up and we decided, okay, let's go at 7 a.m. and start a climb. And everything went well. And then the moment I was on the rock, I was on second thoughts. Okay, I'll not lead the first pitch because I was feeling it. I could literally feel the loose rocks on my hand, and then I immediately turned back and said, that okay, I think there are like a couple of loose rocks. He just said, "Don't worry, it won't come," and then you just start climbing up. And that was one of the moments that I'll never forget. And this picture is basically the first pitch of uh, the wall one of Tailweiler. And it's amazing. I think anybody have to experience this to know, okay, what I'm currently feeling right now on that day as well.
Yeah.
And this is the second pitch of it. If I'm not wrong. Yeah, this is the second pitch actually. And
Wow.
second pitch has a nice ledge where you can rest. And this is the summit.
Wow.
Yeah. And this is
So-
the summit. Mhm.
So when he said just trust it and no rocks will come out, at any point did any rock come out?
No, thankfully no. So no
Okay.
rock had come out. But I was in a constant worry every single move I was making because I could hear the rock used to wiggle a lot in some places where I used to place my hand, or maybe I was placing in the wrong time or a wrong place. But yeah, that was one hell of an experience. And then I didn't want it to lead any of the other pictures because I knew what it was gonna take. And then I asked Vinod, okay, you're gonna take care of here from here. And then thankfully we were like, okay, we just chilled and we reached the top. I think we have one more video. If we can play that video for the summit, I think we have one. Yeah. And here comes the interesting part also, actually. Okay. So do we have the video?
I think somebody on the back end will work on that. I think I also want to get into the den. You mentioned that there are some climbs at the den. Is it accessible to everyone, or is it on, let's say, thecrack.com where people can go and try out the routes, Vinod?
Yeah.
I think Vinod can answer.
So then it's a place like it's in an apartment where we have a place like it's a kind of a crash pad where all of our friends like basically adventure junkies meet there and do a lot of activities. We just don't have only the climbing, the climbing we have, and also MTB. Apart from that, we also have indoor small climbing wall, like
Nice.
TT, football, and so many other games we have there. Nearby to that, like just you get out of the society and you have the mountains around. There we developed around 17 to 18 routes. We built it there. It's accessible to everyone. Recently, this has been we mapped it and we made a guidebook kind of a thing, and few climbers around Mumbai also knows about it. And still, we need to put it in crack.com. We are working on it. But these routes have been developed for like 4-5 years now. But closely, mainly our group used to climb because every weekend we used to meet there and climb around. So it's kind of like a lot of newbies come, new people also come there. We train them, we take them to the outdoors. Who have experience, they also come there and they chill out and they do climbing we introduce them to both climbing and MTB stuff there. It's a beautiful place. We put a lot of efforts to build. It's not like we built one day. It took for us to build like 5-6 years. Initially started with like small wall, then we brought in a lot of stuff there, and we found a crack. We started building there, and then we developed a lot of MTB trails around the mountains. Yeah,
lovely. Yeah, I think that's an awesome initiative, and thank you so much.
Actually, I got to stay there. Even Akash was. It was a great experience just to have people who you have never met, but you go there and you feel part of them.
Yeah.
And I didn't have any issue. I went there, we stayed, we went climb, we came back, I stayed there and came back. It was like a lovely experience and lovely people. I was so happy to meet all of them.
Wow. I think is this the video?
Yes.
Yeah, this is the video.
Yeah.
Sorry?
No, the video we were talking about.
Oh, the video. Yeah.
And I'll tell you the interesting part of it, and then how we pulled Gautam in. Okay. And initially, when we planned this Mumbai trip, we initially asked him like whether he'll be able to join or not. And then he was in the two minds, saying that, okay, should I go or should I not? I don't know. Maybe he was in the two minds. And then what me and Vinod decided, okay, let's do a video call of him from the top of the summit of Tailbaila and make him miss so that at least he will come for the Duke's Nose. So the next moment was we made a video call, and then I think I remember correctly, he was working, I believe, on that day. It was a Tuesday, and he was working, and then he picked the call, and then I think that's how he was so big. I think he made a movement that okay, I wanted to go for the Dukes because of our video call. If I'm not wrong, maybe Gautam can
Gautam,
say
is that right?
Yeah, that was definitely part
I
of
think we
it.
should let.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt a lot of FOMO after after the video call. But I guess the other thing is, I mean, even in Bangalore, when I have a particular route I want to climb, I mean, every climber has their own ideas of what they want to do on the weekend, so it's hard to get people together. So I also felt like I probably won't get another opportunity to climb this.
Yes.
Yeah. And so then, did you know Suma was traveling, or did you guys travel alone? And
Suma
meet
was
each other?
there, I think,
Ah,
one day.
Oh
before
yeah.
it.
Okay. Okay. Nice.
Yeah, I had said I will, but I knew that I can't spend the whole week, and so I
Yeah.
went for 3 days and then came back.
Okay. Awesome. I think now we can finally get into the why everyone's joined us here is to talk about your experience on climbing Duke's Nose. So a little bit about, if you can share a little bit about the climb in general for those who haven't climbed it. I know that a few climbers from Maharashtra have joined in to listen in. So, but for the rest of us, what's it like? How many pitches? Where's the crux pitch? Is there a crux pitch? And how are your teams? How did you decide on a team? Maybe Vinod, you can
Yeah.
start.
So from Bangalore, we were 4 people: me, Akash, Gautam, and Suma. Apart from that, the other 4 climbers were there. My friends who had been climbed earlier. They were totally 8 people, but majorly newcomers are like from Bangalore. From Bangalore, I had been climbed multiple times Duke Nose before. And we decided that first the partners would be like me and Akash and Gautam and Suma. This is the on the screen you can see this is the complete team who have climbed Duke Nose.
Nice.
So basically the Duke Nose, right? It's a like 600 feet wall, but it's completely climbable. But generally we climb from middle. So we need to do the traverse there. It is well bolted traverse, like it's kind of exposure. This is completely bolted, and we need to put a rope to reach there to the
Do
middle.
you have to put a rope, or is the rope already there?
No. It is
You
there
have
is
to
no rope.
traverse and put the rope for the
We need to
people
put for
following you.
traverse. Yeah,
I
following
see.
us.
Okay.
Yeah. So because it's quite exposed there, because we are not climbing from the complete below, because the below climb is pretty little easier, and also it's well bolted though, but a lot of loose rocks and also scree kind of a thing. That's why generally all the climbers starts from the middle of the Duke Nose. So it
How
is
do you get to
around-
the middle?
So we need the base village is called Kuruvande. It's located near Lonavala. Like from Lonavala, it's around 8 to 10 kilometers. You reach there day before better it is, and hike for 15-20 minutes. Camp there. You have to carry all the stuff like gears, ropes, and everything. And apart from that, you need to have prepared for cooking or by food, everything you need to manage yourself. So you need to carry it everything there. And camp we camped before on the base. There is a plateau nearby where the earlier picture group photo has taken. Right from there is a campsite. You can pitch your tents and stay there. It's a beautiful uh, like camping site. Even we used to whenever we used to chill, we used to just go for camping there as well. That beautiful place is and once we reached there, we camped. Next day morning we started, as I said earlier, like me and Akash and Gautam and Suma. The mainly it's a 5 pitch route. The crux pitch is the 4th one, which is 6B plus. It's a O rank. It's really well bolted. These all the pinnacles in Maharashtra, right? It is bolted by SCI, Safe Climbing Initiative. All chemical bolting, which are pretty good. These are like this. I think it's bolted in somewhere around 2017-18. It's really beautiful route and the pitches. So Akash and me started climbing, and
So quickly,
first-
1 second. So Tanvi, you asked about where we were starting. How did you reach the
Yeah.
middle? So actually, in the previous picture where the whole climb was, you can just explain that.
yeah. So if you see, not this one. If you go to the main, all the climbers were there, right? Group photo of the climbers. Yeah, yeah. So this is the climb site, climb, like, yeah. Yeah, you can see from this picture. So this is the campsite area. From there, we need to walk inside. From the left, there is a traverse, and it's completely throughout the traverse. It is bolted. It's quite exposed, but it's completely bolted. And once you go there, we need to take a right turn and reach to the nose of the pinnacle. So exactly the route start on the nose. So you need to reach there, and from there you need to anchor yourself, and then from there you need to start climbing.
Okay. And so you said something about carrying everything you had to carry to the campsite. And this reminded me about I think yesterday we all had a conversation and Gautam wasn't in the conversation, but someone let us know that in one day Gautam drinks 25 liters of water. So did you carry 100 liters for Gautam, Vinod?
Not really. I mean, yeah, just jokes apart. Yeah, we carried enough water. Like each member from the team, apart from climbers, there was a base team as well. A few friends of mine had come for helping. Yeah, helping. So we carried at least, say, probably around 30, 40 liters of water. Yeah,
Okay.
more than that, maybe. Yeah, each climber carried like 5 to 8 liters of water. So that we can cook in the morning for breakfast and carry throughout the day. It will be hot, so we need to carry a lot of water as well there. So yeah.
Okay, maybe we can set the stage. Gautam, you can tell us about what the day was like. Was it hot? Was it cloudy? Or what time you guys started? Just that maybe we can step into it felt like.
Yeah, sure. So we got to the campsite the previous night, camped there. Then I remember Akash was up by 3 a.m. or 4 a.m.
The best part of
basing the campsite with his anxious energy. And then, so then the rest of us were up by around 5. And I think we wanted to start by 5, but we got a little delayed. But eventually the 4 of us decided to go ahead and before the team from Maharashtra started. So yeah, we went ahead, did the traverse, and started. I don't know the exact time, maybe around 6 or so.
6:37. Yeah.
30. Okay.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that looks amazing. The campsite looks.
Yeah, this is a night view.
And what was the weather like? Because it was end of Feb. Was it hot?
Yeah. So the thing is, the best part of climbing Dukenos is if you are climbing in the morning session till at least 2:30, as it is in a kind of a V shape, you will not get sun on the wall. Throughout the day, you can climb. Yeah, that is the best part of Dukes. That's the reason most of climbers prefer to go Dukenos any season. Not any season. I mean, summer season.
Anytime, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Suma, I think for climbers joining in, maybe if we can tell them again, as Vinod said, there's, or any time, but what are the seasons you think that we can go and climb there? Because I think there is a heavy rainfall season. And also, I've also heard after that, what happens is there's a lot of loose rock on, basalt climbs. So when do you think is the best season for people to?
So, I mean, just going by the weather there, if you see June to October, it's raining. So that's something where everybody goes hiking. It's It's a great time to go and hike. I did that last year for the first time, and thanks to Vinod for giving again places that I should go to. It was beautiful and something that I'd never experienced. This was lovely. He doesn't want to hike now, but it's still a lovely thing to do. So till October, it's not accessible because the rock itself is not like what we see in Bangalore. Granite just dries in an hour or two, but basalt doesn't. It does soak in water too. So, which means November to say March is a good time to climb. And after that, it starts getting hot. So climbing, even if you want to, even though Duke's Nose might be in shade, I think it will still be quite hot.
And humid, right, as well? The summers are incredibly humid in that side. I'm not
And
sure.
humid, exactly.
Yes,
So,
definitely yes.
So the best would be, I think, October, November, depending on how the rains are. October, November to March, early April, maybe Vinod should confirm that.
So few of the climbs, right, in Pinnacles, there are shades still afternoon we can climb. So early mornings, few of the Pinnacles we can climb. Few gets very early sun, so it will be too much hard to climb on the Pinnacles. You will be exposed completely to the sun from some of the Pinnacles.
Okay.
Yeah, but Duke Nose any time, like say in peak summer you can climb. Yeah, that's the best part.
That's quite rare, yeah. So I think back to where we left off. So you started climbing around 5:30, and you were divided into Gautam, Suma in one team, Vinod, Akash in one team. And which one? How did you feel? Starting maybe Akash, you can share. Or who led the first pitch? And then
Vinod.
Yeah, first pitch I started because the main thing is I wanted Akash to climb the crux pitch because I've been climbed before, so I wanted mainly Akash to climb that crux pitch. So that because the best part is the crux pitch is like when you take a fall, it's overhang, and you will see like 500 to 600 feet down. So much exposure.
Taking a deep breath. Yeah.
We want to make sure he feels that exposure. That's the reason I started first pitch, second pitch Akash, and third pitch again me, and fourth pitch Akash. Yeah.
Okay. And what about in your team, Gautam and Suma? What was the division like?
Go, Gautam.
I led the pitches. So I led the first pitch, except for the fourth pitch, which Akash set up the rope and brought me up. But the rest of them I led. Yeah.
And how
we have
followed? Of course. Yeah, how was the feeling? Because you had. I'm so sorry, Suma. Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to say I followed all the pitches. I did not lead. And the crux pitch, I banned. I did not do the crux pitch. So the reasons I am realizing later in the 2 months as to what had happened and what was happening to me and why I was feeling so tired the whole time. But that's what I did.
I mean, fair enough. I think next trip, Suma, you and me will go and
let's go to all let's make it happen.
I'm excited. Yeah. I think, Gautam, for you, you got on Duke's Nose before any other time. So what was feeling like when you started leading the first pitch? I know the exposure is crazy. So what did that feel like?
I mean, I'm usually okay with exposure. It doesn't really bother me that
I'm so
much.
jealous. Yeah.
Yeah, even me.
Yeah.
It was so calm.
It was kind of high. That sort of was a little scary. I think we had a QD on one of the. There's an anchor right at the start, and we had a QD on that. So that for protection.
I think the fifth pitch, not the fourth was the crux. Fifth pitch he led, and I was belaying him, and I could not see where he was going, and I could. Oh, that was a scary one to belay. But otherwise, he did great. Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, once I got warmed up, it was all right. But the fifth pitch was like sketchy. It's loose rock, like Akash was saying earlier about Telbela. Similar, yeah.
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 And so the fifth pitch, what time did all of y'all reach the fifth pitch? Or maybe you, Suman, Gautam, what time did you clear the fifth pitch?
I don't know the exact time. Maybe 3 hours.
Yeah,
I think
It was close to 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And, we're talking about fifth pitch, but we come back to the fourth pitch, which is the crux pitch that Akash led. And if anyone follows on Instagram, he documents everything incredibly well. So also documented his fall. So
Yeah.
anyone who doesn't follow him, go to his Instagram and check out the fall, because really my heart was in my mouth. How did you feel? Describe that pitch for me, starting it, and what was going through your mind when you went through the crux moves of that pitch?
Before going to the crux moves itself, like Gautam said, right, I was awake by 3:30, so that says a lot.
Yeah.
And I was so anxiety, and I badly wanted to do and I badly wanted the fourth pitch to get over. That okay, I'm at the top of the fourth pitch, so that my anxiety is down now. So, and it was crazy, amazing. I think we do have a pre-climb video. If someone can play the pre-climb video, and then maybe you can explain like how did it happen. And yeah, I think
He was basically psyching himself to make sure that he does the crux pitch well. That's what it was.
Yes.
What were you telling yourself?
No, I was just like telling myself, okay, calm. I was just doing this, like roaming somewhere here around, and then selling myself. I think that's the video.
Don't play this.
Yeah, let's play this. Yeah, this is the start of the video, and everybody says, okay, I'm not nervous. Everybody's silly.
Yeah, this is the start point
And,
of the
yeah.
diagnose. Yeah.
If you see the rope setup, right, the white ropes is set up just for us to traverse to the base of it. Okay, if anybody is going, just you can, if you're not coming back again to the base, and if you're sure that you can always stop out, you can use your climbing rope. We use the static rope because there were other parties also, and there were multiple people basically. And if you are like in pair of 2 or 4 people who are going, you can just, one person can set it up and the following persons can clean the rope, and you can use the same rope for climbing again, actually. Yes, that's just one thing which I needed to add. And let's come back to the crux.
Yeah.
And I was so psyched to do it. And if not for Vinod, I bet you, and I'll definitely tell you, I would have not done it. Because I have a lot of thoughts in my mind after the third trip, right? I was kept saying that, okay, I'll not do it. Let Vinod do it, or let somebody else do it. Why should I do it? And then Vinod kept me pushing harder. Okay, Akash, you can do it. Just one or two moves, couple of moves. So this really shows about the community as well, right? So when I was not able to do, I mean, I know I can do it, but I was in that mindset. But say for example, if not for Vinod or anybody pushing me, I would have not done it. So that clearly tells you that, okay, the community is not only about you, but also the people around you. Because this is such a wonderful community that I've got. And, man, like, it's crazy. And after the third, I think, third move, I believe, right? I think, this is the video. So I was so psyched, and I didn't want it to take a fall, basically. That's all I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I was so scared of falling because we know that hyped me so much that, okay, you will get to see the 600 feet drop on you and every other stuff. But I made my mind that, okay, I'm not going to take a fall, but somehow I was not able to hold on to myself. And then one mistake, this is the mistake I did. I should have gotten to the left hold itself. And then there you go. I lost my balance. My body position was not good. I was saying fuck. And then I was like, okay, falling.
Oh, man.
This was the...
And then you've turned around and you're looking at everything out there.
Yes. You look at the view and then look at the drop. Yeah, this one was amazing. And then I would say thank you, Vinod, for pushing me. If not, then probably I would have not even got the video, not even uploaded it. And all thanks to you, man. Yeah, that's so good. Yeah.
One thing I wanted to comment here is like, whoever climbs the diagnose, right? Take a fall on that pitch.
Exactly. Take a fall right on that bolt. Take a fall. Then you will realize, okay, what I'm talking about.
The best thing is once you take that fall, right? Like, I would say, because I've been there in that position, like when I started climbing there, you'll get out of the fear factor, right? It will go out immediately, because that kind of exposure teaches you. Once you'll get more confident.
Is that your experience, Akash, after the fall?
Definitely, yes. Definitely, yes.
It's done now.
Yes, it's done now. Okay, this is the max that's gonna happen. I'll take a fall. I'll just feel that okay, it's scary, and the next moment it is not scary anymore.
Yeah.
And then probably in the next, I think after five minutes or so, I was able to do the crux. And right after the crux move, right, I think there is one more crux basically. So there are two places the crux pitch comes. In the crux pitch, there are two places. One is on the third board, and after that there is a open book kind of a stuff.
Yeah, open book.
The route is like this. Okay, so
Yeah.
it's an open book. Then you just have to like somehow weirdly make your body movements and then go. Even during that time, I was like, okay, no, I'll go down now, and then probably I'll ask a minute to do it. But then I was like, oh, if I go down right now, then probably I have to do that 6B plus move again.
Okay. Yeah.
Exactly. I was like, okay, if I'm gonna fall, then it's gonna fall. Nothing
Yeah.
else. And then I just went up, and then I was so stoked and I was so amazed after the fourth pitch. I don't know, I was over the moon for that entire climb.
But that was not the end.
Yeah, that was not the end. Yeah,
No,
the fifth
you
pitch was
think
also
you're
there.
done with the crux
Exactly.
pitch? It's the
It
end.
is not.
Yeah, I'll just give you an
That's
heads
a
up.
deception.
Everybody
I know.
thinks, everybody thinks that
It's over now.
like,
Yeah.
it's over now. But the best part is the fifth pitch, because there on the fifth pitch, the bolting is there is a run out, and as well as there are some loose rocks, and also they are not all sloper holds.
Yeah, everything
And-
is sloper hold there.
Yeah, and the complete route is different than the fifth pitch. It's completely it is a different pitch, and the exposure and also the holds, what you feel, it's completely different, and it psychs you for sure.
Yeah. My God. I think Gautam, you wanted to add something to this. You were saying something.
I was just going to point out that Akash's green cam was
Yeah.
in the
Green cam was what?
I mean, I was so scared. I was so scared to take a fall at that moment, because I had taken a fall earlier and I didn't wanted to take a fall on the open book. So I found a really nice placement. I was so surprised that okay, I used it my 0.75, and then I was like, okay, in my mind, okay, I'm not gonna take fall. Now if I take fall also, I'm not gonna go log.
Yeah.
So that was my mental thing. So
Nice. And what about on the fifth pitch? Is there a possibility to place any gear there since there's such a run out?
I think you can place some, I believe.
You can place, but the
Yeah.
thing is, it's not
Yeah.
really not needed.
It's a easy terrain, but it's a sketchy one.
Okay.
No,
Listen,
but
you
go
I
just
to
need to
don't
be-
even trust the. I don't even trust the rock to hold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the thing. Yeah, you feel that, but they holds pretty really well. And Dukeness is one of the most traffic route, because most of the climbers from Maharashtra, they definitely whenever they get time, they just go to Dukeness, because it's accessible. It's easy. I mean, not easy. I mean, it's in shade, and it's more likable route to climb. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Okay. And now you're done with the crux pitch. The fifth pitch is out of the way, and now you've reached the summit. What was the feeling for all of y'all when you finally reached the summit 3.5 hours later? Suma, how did you feel? Yeah.
You will get to know why she gave
Okay.
that reaction in a moment.
No,
Okay.
it was an amazing feeling, because multi-pitch, and I was climbing a multi-pitch, I think for the first time with all of you. I've done single pitches, climbed with you guys, but no. So it was amazing, mainly the company, of course.
Yeah.
And the views that you get once you reach, and the whole community as such. It's like, what more can you ask for? I don't know what else to ask for. It was lovely. My first ever climb. No, actually before this, we did go to another crag and climb. But my first multi-pitch in Maharashtra. I never ever thought that I will ever go to Maharashtra and climb having heard the stories of the holds and everything. But yeah, if you're supposed to, the mountains will call you.
Yeah, it's lovely. Gautam, how did you feel up there
Yeah,
on the summit?
I was actually just super relieved that the fifth pitch was over because
Yeah.
sketchy, yeah. And there are also, I don't know if you guys remember, there were these big boulders at the top which you sort of needed to hold and walk over, but they were loose rocks. So
Yeah.
come up at any point.
Nice. What about you, Vinod and Akash? How was your feeling? I mean, let's go to Akash first because Vinod's already done this before. So maybe Akash, you can tell us.
For me, since it was a first time climbing there and having done the fourth pitch and also the fifth pitch, sort of, so I was stoked. I was super happy. I was over the moon. I was like so crazy. And then I went to all of the three people and then I have recorded a video of them. I think maybe if we can play that recording, it will be so amazing because that was the first moment. That was the first moment that I captured right after we topped out, all four of us basically. I was over the moon basically. Like it was so good for me. I was having this kind of adrenaline in me, and I was so amazed. Let's see the video if it comes up. Yeah, this is the video. Okay, let's see. There was no talking. Okay, everybody was so stoked. They were just giving some this. So you'll get to know why Suma was telling that. See, wow.
Nice.
Yeah, this is
Amazing,
the reaction. Yeah. She didn't even say anything. She was like, yes.
Yeah, but I can feel what she's thinking. Yeah.
It was so amazing. And as we know, Gautam, he was the hardest to interview. So finally, I got some clip. So yeah. I think everybody was happy in a way, and everybody was stoked. Finally, getting to turn the Duke's nose. And it was totally an amazing feeling for me, and at least for everybody else as well. Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm glad that you shared all of these moments because when you look back, I mean, you're already looking back, and I'm sure you feel all of those feelings that you played.
And you know what? I think day before yesterday, or maybe 4 days ago, when I was feeling something bad or low, I'll just go to my Instagram or my mobile and then say open Duke's nose. And then I felt so relieved. I was like, man, I missed those moments.
Yeah.
Seriously.
And also, if you could do that, you can also get over your feelings in that way.
Yeah. Exactly. Yes.
Awesome. I think it's like for us as Bangalore climbers, it's so nice to hear stories of people going out of Bangalore or let's say close to Bangalore area and climbing different regions. And it's always been a bucket list item for me that can I go and climb in the Duke's Nose. But as you know, Suma said that there's all these stories, so I've always felt nervous. So for someone like me, what's the advice that you would have to go out on an adventure and climb Duke's Nose? Like, what would you say? Maybe one piece of advice from all of you to go out there.
See, for me, when for example, I had taken these guys for the first time, and when I told them, make sure when you're going, before climbing any pinnacles, try some cracks around, like probably in Mumbai or Pune or Lonavala. Go to some sports route, get the feel of it, so that you will know what kind of rock, what kind of friction you are going to get from the climbs. At least when I planned this, I planned such a way that before going Tervala, we climbed at Den Crack, and when Suma and Gautam came, before going Duke Nose, I took them to the Della Crack near Lonavala. I asked them to climb lead routes and then feel the rock quality, so that they'll get confidence when you go there. And it's more of vertical, more of exposure. Yeah, that depends on personal things. But all the pinnacles in Maharashtra, especially, they're really well voted by SCI. They are pretty safe as well. Yeah, there are some loose rocks, but you need to just figure out the moves, where to find the holds. You just need to figure out. That's it. Rest all, it's regular things you just climb.
Yeah. Anyone else with some advice for climbers? Suma?
For me, the moves were different. I'm more used to climbing on granite and using my feet a lot more, which helps reduce the upper body strength that's required. But here, smear is mere. There's hardly any. You have to.
Yeah.
I mean, you need to be strong to climb these routes. You can't just depend on yourself. Yeah, if you've climbed a lot, you will figure out the moves, but you will take time. And since you're taking time, then you're spending more energy. So what we did was not enough, at least for me. Climbing more single pitches to figure out these things, and then when you do a multi-pitch, then you don't waste your time and don't drain out your energy.
Yeah.
One of the things that I would say that people should. Yeah.
Yeah. So Akash, what do you think?
Yeah, I think, be prepared for the kind of situation that you can face in multi-pitches, basically. The multi-pitches that we have in Ramnagar or, for example, in Bangalore situation is not, I mean, it's the multi-pitches systems and everything's the same, except from the rock quality and then the rock type that you get. So get your basics done, get your skills properly, and then practice enough. So you don't feel like, okay, you're climbing there when you plan and go and when you prepare and go, basically. And also, I remember, I think, Vinod, you can mention about it. So if you guys are going for Mumbai climbs or these kind of climbs in Duke Snows or Tailbaila, I think there is an organization called, I don't remember the name, or maybe, Vinod, you can pitch in.
So basically, see, if you are going as a new member, there are some rescue teams around, especially in Lonavala, like Ganesh Gid runs from Lonavala, Del Adventure, and also Shudurgamutra from Lonavala. Even in Bombay, there are some rescue teams. Just keep them informed so that whenever you go to the new place, it's advised to keep them informed so that any situation that happens, they'll always be available for rescue for any situation, such situations.
Yeah, to add that, I think they are the group which have done most of the rescues, and they will be the first persons to get called in a mishap situations, basically. So better to be informed. And that's one piece of advice which I would give, and then just go out there and climb and let's have fun.
Yeah. Anything to add, Gautam, to this?
Well, I was just going to say, take someone who can send the crux pitch. Like Akash.
Yeah.
Like Akash.
You can send it also when called. So stronger now.
Yeah, I think...
Of course you can do it, man. You just didn't do it on that day.
Yeah. I think that's important. Anyone trying to or planning to go to climb Duke Snows or anywhere around the area, you can always connect with Vinod and get information about the rescue teams there, and inform somebody that this is your plan, because it really helps to always be safe. Yeah, and I think we've almost run out of time, but I have so many questions to ask. We had so many people asking a lot of fun questions, but I think because we have so little time, I thought we need 2 questions a person. I think I'll start with Gautam. People want to know, okay, this is already done, your public transport, how you reach the crag. I think it's everyone's favorite topic discussion is how Gautam gets to the crag. I think that's been answered. Another one is, can you please tell us more about the different certifications of climbing that are accepted in India, and what would be the best pathway to get certified as an alpine mountaineer?
Okay, so I don't know anything about the alpine mountaineering world, so I'm just purely a Bangalore-based rock climber. And I have this top rope guide certification from PCGI, which Amrit and Nikhil run like a PCGI course and an assessment. I mean, my main reason to get the assessment done was so that I could get pro discounts, pro deals when I buy climbing gear. But if you want to get good at technical skills, I would strongly recommend the course. I think you'll learn a lot.
Nice, lovely.
But yeah.
Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry I interrupted.
I was just going to say that, I mean, certifications don't mean all that much. I think in the climbing world, it's more about like experience and word of mouth reputation, at least in the community. So.
Yeah, fair. Suma, if you can talk, so it's a question for you. Were there a lot of discussions back then when you started climbing about style of grading, French style, YDS? What were the discussions back in the day?
So when I started climbing, we used to always have the grading. We would talk in terms of YDS only. But over a period, French grade got introduced. Now, when people say in French grade or in YDS, it doesn't matter. I think we just switch over and we understand what somebody is saying, what grade. But what I've seen in all the guidebooks, like Bangalore climbing guidebook or Delhi guidebook, which Mo has come up with, all these are YDS only. But as we are talking right now, it's in French grade. So I think we Indians are very good at, taking it all.
Yeah. Akash, this one is for you. So managing, being a software engineer, the 9 to 5 or 9 to 6 grind, how do you manage doing that, but also climbing and working out and being, extremely fit? We've seen the pictures and videos, of course. So what's the work-life balance like? How do you manage that? And what's your advice to someone?
Not a bit of advice, but yeah, maybe I can tell my perspective and how do I manage basically. So being an engineer gives me like, again, 9 to 5. One good thing which happened to me was working at SAP because it's so flexible. I don't have a login or logout time so that I can work any day or any time. So that's one blessing, I would say. And it's all about priorities. If you ask me, if you really want to do it, then you will make some time for it. So it's not that, okay, it's a 9 to 5 job or you are working somewhere, right? So if your priorities are right, then probably you will say, yes, these are my priorities that after work, I'll do this and after that. Yeah, exactly. So that's how my calisthenics journey is also going on and my climbing journey is also going on. And one good thing which happened because of the climbing is I could really focus more on my work as well. So probably if not for climbing, probably I would be thinking, okay, I could take chill or not more be disciplined. Because of climbing, I would say that, okay, it really frees my mind and then I would be able to really focus on my work and then get all the stuff done. So yeah, that's pretty much what I would say. Get your priorities right, know what you want, and then you will rock.
Nice, awesome. Vinod, question for you is, what is your mindset when you're about to lead a new route? How do you prepare mentally?
Honestly, like whenever I lead, I'll be if it is a new route, I'll be a little bit nervous, but I don't show it with others. I always mindset is more about like staying calm, not overthinking much. I just study the route. Whenever I see the route, I just study it. What is a rough line where I can move, and like where I can rest. All these things I'll just go with my instincts. And I don't think like I never think that I need to send this. I just need to climb and experience it more. Like one move at a time. Just staying in present, focusing on next move, and I'll always be in control. That's how I go with the lead climb, and I always make sure that all these handling gears or knots or belaying, all this, I'll always be focused more. Like I just enjoy like figuring out things. That's the challenge, and that's how I go about it.
Okay. Yeah. I think I wanted to ask Suma if you could your message to fitness enthusiasts who wish to do everything like you, ultra and cycling, flying and ocean swimming, climbing. How do you do it all?
Okay, I just want to make it very clear to people that I don't do everything simultaneously. I don't. It's very hard to work and take care of other things and train for multiple sports. So one of the toughest in terms of my training was triathlon, where there were 3 sports involved. Where you have to say no to meeting friends or parties or late nights. And there are some really lovely videos that you will get to see as to what triathletes do. So all these things that I have done is over a period at different phases in my life, and have done it kind of, I've gone with the flow. Whatever I could do it easily accessible. I went into running because I had my daughter. I needed to give time. Going out climbing and spending time was not possible. But I had that, if I could take that half an hour, then I would take that. And that's how I went out and started running, and then slowly cycling. And then since running and cycling happened, then I said, okay, why not do a triathlon? And then she wanted to go out climbing, so I came back climbing. So now I mainly do trail runs and climbing. If I want to train for anything, all I would say to people is keep a basic fitness, so that and that should be there all through with you, so that when you do any sport, you don't have to start from the scratch. You can just give that 3-4 months that is required, train, and then go. And if you like it, you can continue it. So it's not like I've done all of these simultaneously. No, it's over years, decades rather.
Yeah. So try everything, and what you like, stick to it, and keep working on that, pursuing that.
Yeah, and whatever, I never ever thought in my life that I will go and do Duke's nose. I didn't even know about it. And but since I was climbing and I had that level of fitness, I could manage to do it. So as I said, I just go with the flow. Whatever comes to me, I take it, and I'm very happy to do that. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Gautam, this is a really fun one for you. How do you practice knots and rope systems when you're not on the rock?
I think if you get interested in something and you want to learn it, you'll just figure it out. There enough resources around on the internet for you to practice. But you need a piece of rope or something. So yeah, you need to get hold of that.
Okay, there's no system at home or something that you build that's fun.
If you want to practice anchors and stuff, I guess you can just use a window grill or something like that. Put 2 carabiners and set up an anchor. But yeah, for practicing knots, I don't really have much.
Okay. Yeah. Vinod, I think I thought of a question right now. It's because you've done this climb before. If you could say one word about each person out of your team, Akash, Gautam, and Suma, one word that describes them in this experience for you. I know I randomly put it out there, but just one word.
I would say Gautam first. He climbed so smoothly and flowy kind of a thing. He was climbing first time, but he led all the pitches. It was completely flowy kind of thing. And Suma.
One second, for a big guy, that's a huge compliment to be extremely flowy. Yeah. Good job, Gautam. Yeah, nice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And Suma, she had a lot of experience. I had confidence in her. That's one word I would say is what I can say, like she was pretty good at all the pitches. She was so calm.
Calm. I feel that as well. I think all my experiences with Suma, you've always been so calm, and it's lovely energy to have, especially when you're panicking and stuff. When you have someone centering you, it's beautiful. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's
About
a perfect
Akash,
Same to you
I will
guys.
not say like one word.
Yeah.
It's two words actually. He's so psyched and so energetic.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Nice, I agree. I think, yeah, this is a
Thank
perfect
you.
theme. And for Vinod, anyone wants to say what they felt, maybe a word or two about what he brought to the team? We have calm, energetic, flowy, and what's
I think all of us should give one, and I would say
Yeah.
so accommodative with everything. I'm an amazing person to co-climb with.
lovely. Yeah.
I would say confident, like he was certain we'd send it. So, and yeah, it's sort of infectious confidence. Yeah.
Nice.
Resourceful, I would say. He's
Lovely.
very resourceful.
Yeah. Great. I would have continued the questions, but we don't have time. We've already gone over by 17 minutes. But maybe one last question is, when is the next adventure? What you guys planning to do next? Any thoughts? And a question, also brackets, will I be invited? Question mark. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember we had this conversation at near Geta breakfast place before
Yeah.
going to Duke's.
Okay, one
Definitely
second.
you
For everyone who's joined in and listening, so I think 3 days or 4 days before they go, they decide to go, they're talking about this adventure. And I was like, dude, Vinod, why didn't you invite me? He's like, oh, you want to come now? And I was like, man, I'm not a second thought. Next time, make a plan, include me, then only I'll come. I'm not going to come like this. So, yeah. So,
you,
Kuman,
you
what's
know,
your-
like I said, Suma, year back we spoke about it. When we planned, I invited her. Next time for sure.
yeah.
Will go soon, very soon, probably maybe in November or so. Plan would be some pinnacles around. I just want to do, as we are doing it outside of Maharashtra, I want to showcase something like
Yes.
some background in that PPT, which are the pinnacles are there in Maharashtra mainly where you can climb. One is Duke Nose. There are 3 routes with multiple grades. There is Tailbela, which we climbed one of the route. There are 4 routes in the Tailbela. Like it's a 2 blocks in like inner, outer, and same for left inner, left outer. Yeah, this is a. Can you go to slides? Yeah. So this is the Duke Nose. The first image which you are seeing from the left side, that is a route which we did. The middle one is called traditional route, Duke Nose. Second one is Duke Nose Kaiuk, which is 7A plus. And recently Ritik Mane bolted the last one, Leaf of Faith, which is 7C. It is a ground up bolting by him. This is one pinnacle where you can climb 3 climbs. The next one is Tailbela. Go to the next slide. Yeah. Tailbela, there are 4 routes. You can see the left bottom image. On the 4 of the climbs we can do, like left wall, there are 2 routes, left inner and outer, left similarly right inner and outer. The rightmost image what we are seeing, right, that is a climb which me and Akash did. And next slide. Yeah. There are some other pinnacles like Wazir.
Wow.
On the left side, you can see this is a Wazir pinnacle. And the middle one is Wanarlingi, and right side one is Nana Cha Angta, which is called Nanegat. Yeah.
Wow.
Next
Beautiful.
slides. Yeah. Next slide, please. Yeah. There is a pinnacle called Kalkarai, Naura Nauri. There are multiple pinnacles in there. Definitely will plan few of them, and there is one called Ban Pinnacle. So these we can plan it very soon with all the Bangalore climbers.
Nice.
We'll go
Yeah.
for a few days and climb a few pinnacles around for sure. And definitely you're invited, Tanvi.
Thank God. Oof. Yeah, finally. Yeah. I think for anyone joining us here who needs any information about the Pinnacles, Vinod has also made a Excel sheet list with grades that he will share with everyone. And if you need any information about how to get there, what to carry, what to expect, reach out to Vinod and any of the climbers who joined us today, Akash, Gautam, and Suma, and they'll be happy to advise you. Yeah, I think that's all the time we have. And thank you so much for spending this hour with me and discussing, Duke's Nose and your experience in the Sayatris. And I'm sure you've inspired many people from Bangalore to go out there and try new routes in Maharashtra and join us when we go next time. Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Tanvi.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Tanvi. Thank you so much. You did a
Bye.
wonderful
Thank
job.
you all.
Thanks. Yeah.
It was really lovely climbing and the chat.
Yeah, thank you everyone for joining us here as well. We had many people who are listeners who came in and they were very interested in, hearing your stories. So thank you guys for spending this hour and a half with us on Friday.
Yeah.
There's a lot more that you could be doing, but you're here today and it's awesome. Okay. Thank you. Whew, I can breathe
Thanks,
now.
You did a wonderful job.
Thanks, Akash.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Bye.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye.
Thank you.